Hello everyone, my name is Simran and I'm going to teach you mathematics. Okay students, so in the last class we have completed the exercise number 1.3. We have practiced all the 9 questions, examples and the concept of exercise number 1.3. So today we'll be starting a new exercise of chapter number 1. That is also your last exercise, okay, that is exercise number 1.4. This exercise is all about the division of integers. Firstly students, remember one thing, that the division and the multiplication of integer is almost the same. The properties used are basically the same, not like addition and subtraction. It is a group of multiplication and division. Alright students, so let's start the exercise. Firstly we'll tell the division of integers. Okay, what is division of integers? It is like a divided by minus b is equals to minus a divided by b, where b should not be equal to 0. What is this all about? It is that students, when you are dividing minus a divided by b, thing is only that it can be written it as like this now. The denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay, if it is 0 then the term is undefined students. When the thing is undefined, it doesn't have any sense. Okay students, so you have to keep one thing in your mind, that the denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay, it should not be equal to 0. Okay, so this is very important part. Okay, so when you are writing minus a divided by b, it means that it is also equal to a divided by minus b, because here it is like that and here it is like that. Okay, and in both the cases it is the same, whether you write this or you write this is the same. Okay students, so I'll tell you the whole thing with the help of an example. Okay, so let's see. So for example students, if I'm taking a as 12 and b as 4, okay, firstly I'm taking a minus a divided by b, right, which means minus 12 divided by 4. Students, have a clear thing in your mind. What we have done in the multiplication part, minus multiply minus is equals to plus, okay, plus multiply plus is equals to plus, minus multiply plus is equals to minus, and minus multiply plus multiply minus is equals to minus. So this is what we have discussed in multiplication of integers. So it is the same in division of integers. What I'll tell you, if any negative integer is divided with a negative integer, the answer will be positive. Okay, if any positive integer is divided with a positive integer, the answer will also be positive. If any negative integer is divided with a positive integer, the answer will be negative. And if any positive integer is divided with the negative integer, the answer will also be negative. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether the numerator is having minus or the denominator is having minus, the answer will be negative. So it is the same now, which is what we are talking about. Okay, so this is what in this 12 minus 12 divided by 4. Firstly, what is the integer here? Minus divided by plus is equals to minus here. So minus 12 divided by 4 is equals to 3. So the answer is minus 3. Alright students, now we have just spoken about this. We'll take this. 12 divided by minus 4 plus divided by minus is equals to minus. So 12 divided by 4 is equals to minus 3. Alright students, so clearly you can have a look that minus a divided by b is equal to a divided by minus b, which is the same. Alright students, so this was all about this part. Okay, so let's move to the next part. What it is saying? It is saying that when minus a is divided with minus b, or if a is divided with b, answer is the same. This is the same thing we have talked about in this and this, in 1 and 2. If negative integer is divided with the negative integer, the answer will be positive. And if two positive integers are divided with each other, and the answer will also be positive. Okay, so that is why if both are positive, then it means that both are same, right? This is what we have talked about. So let's see with the help of an example. If a is equals to 4 and if b is equals to 2. Okay, so in the first case minus a divided by minus b. So minus 4 divided by minus 2. Minus and minus will cancel out each other. Okay, so 4 divided by 2 is equals to 2, positive 2. Okay, why? Because minus minus division's result will give you the positive integer. Alright students, so this will equal to plus 2. Okay, and the next part, a divided by b, which is equals to 4 divided by 2, which is equals to 2. So this and this are the same, so this holds very nicely. Minus a divided by minus b is equals to a divided by b, but the condition is that b should not be equal to 0. b, the denominator of division, should not be equal to 0. Alright students, so let's move to the next property. It is, if any integer is divided with a, it will give to the integer itself. Okay, so if any integer is divided by a, it will give the integer itself. What it means? If I am taking the example where a is equals to 5, if I am dividing 5 with 1, what the answer will be? It will be 5. Alright students, so if any integer is divided by 1, it will give to the integer itself. Alright students, so let's see the example of this exercise. First question says, in a test, plus 5 marks are given for every correct answer. Okay, and minus 5 marks are given for every incorrect answer. Okay, what it is all about? For every correct answer, you will be given plus 5 marks. Okay, and for every incorrect answer, you will be given minus 2 marks. Alright students, so the first question, Radhika answered all the questions. Okay, she has attempted all the questions and scored 30 marks. And what she is scoring? 30 marks. Though she got 10 correct answers, she has attempted all the question and got 30 marks, but it is given to us that she got 10 correct answers. Okay, so in this particular question, we have to find the number of incorrect questions. Okay, because we are given the correct answer, the total score. So what will we find? Okay, what will we find? We will find the incorrect answer attempted by Radhika. Okay students, so let's see. Firstly, Radhika is getting Radhika's correct answers. It is equals to 10 correct answer, and for every correct answer she will be getting plus 5 marks. So plus 5 is equals to plus 50. So basically, if Radhika has attempted 10 correct question, then her score should be plus 50 na? But it is mentioned that 30 marks are getting, she is getting 30 marks. Okay, so if the correct answer score is plus 50 and she is getting 30 marks, so it is clear that she has attempted something wrong, some incorrect answers. So basically, final score of Radhika is equals to 30 marks. Incorrect answers of Radhika. If suppose she has attempted any x incorrect answers, and for every incorrect answer she will be getting minus 2 marks, then her incorrect answer is equal to minus 2x. Okay students, now the difference in these two, 50 minus 30 is equals to 20 marks, which shows that 20 incorrect answers. Okay, 20 incorrect answers ni, it means that the marks deducted are 20, and the marks deducted denotes the marks that are struck due to incorrect answers, that is equal to minus 2x. Okay, so minus 2x is equals to 20, which is equals to x is equals to 20 divided by 2, which means that x is equals to 10. Okay students, and also this is minus, this is minus, this is minus, and this is also minus, so this will be positive. Why it is minus? Because these marks are struck off marks. These are like getting subtracted from her total score. So Radhika is attempting 10 incorrect answers. Alright students, so that is why her score is 30. Okay, so let's see the another case. Next case is J also answered all the questions and scored minus 12 marks. Now J's score is minus 12. Okay, though he got 4 correct answers. J's correct answers is equals to 4, and for every correct answer he will be given plus 5 marks. So he should be getting 20 marks, right? But now he is getting minus 12. So the total deduction from his marks is equals to the total marks minus the marks that is used for the correct answers. So minus 20, minus 12 minus 20 is equals to minus 32 marks. These minus 30 marks is for the incorrect answer that J has attempted, okay? But we don't know about how many J has attempted the incorrect answers. So J's incorrect answers is equals to minus 2x, okay? So minus 32 is equals to minus this, x should be here, and minus 32 divided by minus 2, x is equals to 16. Alright students, so J has attempted 16 incorrect answers, okay? These minus and minus, we have just done the property of integers in that minus a divided by minus b is equals to a divided by b, okay students? Minus and minus will go off and the answer will be positive, okay students? So this was all about the example number 1. We'll see the next example. A shopkeeper earns a profit of ₹1 by selling 1 pen and incurs a loss of 40 paise per pencil while selling pencils of her old stock. So basically students, the profit by earning pen of ₹1, alright students, and a loss for pencil of paise, 40 paise, okay? And this is in minus, okay, because loss is always in minus. In a particular month, she incurs a loss of ₹5, okay? She is having a loss of ₹5. In this period, she sold 45 pens, but we know that pen are having a profit, okay? How many pencils did she sell in this period? So basically the loss is all about the pencil, so we have to find about how many pencils she had sold, okay? So in this first part, she is having a loss of ₹5 and she has sold the pen sold 45 pens, and for every pen she is getting a profit of ₹1. So basically 45 rupees profit is there, but the loss is ₹5. She is getting the profit till here and the loss is this. That means the total loss incurred is equals to 45 minus 5. It can also be written as she is having a loss of minus ₹5 and also 45 is also having the subtracting part, so she is having the total loss of 50, okay? And this minus 50 is just due to the selling of pencils, okay? For every x pencil sold, the loss of minus 40 paise. Now students, this is in paise, then this should also be in paise. For every 1 rupee, 100 paise are there, okay? This is minus 5,000 is equals to x into minus 40. So x, that is the pencils, are minus 5,000 divided by minus 40. Minus and minus will cancel out each other, okay? And then 0 to 0, the answer is 125. So the pencils sold are 125 pencils, alright students? So basically in this question, it is given to us that loss of ₹5, she has sold the pens, 45 pens, and for every pen she is getting the profit of 1 rupee. So 45 rupee profit is there, okay? Loss is 5 and we have the profit of 45. That it means that the total loss is equals to minus 5 minus 45, that is equals to minus 50. Total loss of 50 rupees, and this 50 is when multiplied with 100 will give us minus 5,000 paise, okay? And this minus 5,000 paise is the loss due to selling of the pencils, okay? So minus 5,000 is equals to minus 40x minus 40 because minus 40 paisa loss per pencil sold. Okay, pencil is considered as x, so x is equals to minus 5000 divided by minus 40, which is equals to 125 pencils. Okay students, so this was all about this part. So let's move to the last part, that is, in the next month she earns neither profit nor loss. Okay, she is just having no profit and no loss. If she has sold 70 pens, how many pencils did she sell? Okay, she is having a no profit nor loss situation and she is selling 70 pens. So pens sold is equals to 70 pens, and for every pen she is getting plus 1 rupee, so 70 rupee. But we'll convert it into paisa because the loss is given in the paisa. So 1 rupee is equals to 100 paisa. Okay, so the profit is in 70 into 100, 7000 paise. Okay students, now she is having no profit no loss, but we just have a profit of 7000 paise due to selling of pens. Then it means that the pencil sold is equals to the total profit earned, right? Total profit earned is equals to loss occurred. Okay, which means that 7000 rupees is equals to minus 40 paisa into x pencils, because we don't know about how many pencils will be selling. Okay, and this profit is also in minus. Why it is in minus? Because now we are talking about the loss. We are having a loss of 7000, then only we'll be having no profit no loss situation. Okay, so x is equals to minus 7000 divided by minus 40, 0 to 0, minus to minus, then it is equals to 175 pencils. Alright students, so this was all about exercise number 1.4's examples. Okay students, so in the next class we'll be doing the exercise portion of exercise number 1.4. Till then, do practice at your home. We'll meet in the next class. Have a nice day all of you. Bye bye.